Hashtag the Valentine's truth. I'm sorry, I can't afford a Valentine's dinner, she said, voice barely above a whisper. The restaurant's candlelight caught the shimmer in her eyes, embarrassment, not romance, causing that gleam. She'd already folded her menu closed, fingers nervously tracing its leather edge. Across the table, David Carter felt something shift inside him. Not disappointment. Recognition. If this story touches your heart, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to our channel for more stories that remind us of what truly matters in life. 2 hours earlier, David had stood before his bathroom mirror adjusting his tie for the third time, while his 7-year-old daughter Emma sat cross-legged on his bed. "Do I look okay?" he asked, running a hand through his hair. Emma tilted her head thoughtfully. "You look handsome, Daddy. But also scared." He laughed. "I haven't been on a date since Mom left 3 years ago. I am scared. Ms. Rachel says being brave isn't not being scared. It's doing something even when you are scared." "Your teacher is very wise," David replied, kneeling to eye level with his daughter. "I'll try to be brave tonight." His neighbor Marge arrived to babysit, and David kissed Emma goodnight, promising not to be late. As he drove to the restaurant, his stomach knotted with anxiety. His friend Michael had insisted this blind date was perfect. "She's smart, funny, and down-to-earth," he'd said. David had finally agreed, if only to stop the well-meaning pressure from friends who worried about his prolonged solitude. When he arrived, Sophia was already seated at their table. Her curly hair fell around her shoulders, and her smile lit up when she saw him. The waiter handed them menus, and David's eyes widened at the prices. He'd forgotten how expensive Valentine's Day dining could be. He'd budgeted for it, but just barely. Their conversation flowed surprisingly easily. Sophia taught 3rd grade, loved hiking, and had a contagious laugh. David found himself relaxing, sharing stories about Emma and his work as an architect. Then came the moment when she looked at the menu prices and her face fell. "I'm sorry, I can't afford a Valentine's dinner," she said, the words tumbling out. "I should have checked the prices beforehand. Your friend made the reservation, and I just assumed." Her cheeks flushed deep red. "I can pay for my drink, but I should probably go." David reached across the table, not quite touching her hand. "Wait. Please." She looked up, surprised. "I almost canceled this date 3 times today," he admitted. "Not because I didn't want to come, but because hiring a babysitter on Valentine's Day cost twice what I expected. I had to dip into my home repair fund just to be here." A tentative smile touched her lips. "Really? Really? And honestly? I'd rather have a slice of pizza with someone real than an overpriced steak with someone pretending to be perfect." 20 minutes later, they sat at a corner booth in Mario's pizzeria, paper napkins and red plastic cups replacing fine linen and crystal. Sophia had let her hair down, literally and figuratively, as they shared a large pepperoni and talked about life's realities. "After my divorce, I went back to school to finish my teaching degree," she explained. "Best decision ever, but I'm still paying off student loans. Most months I'm just making ends meet." "I understand," David nodded. "When Kelly left, she took half our savings. Starting over with a 4-year-old and a mortgage wasn't exactly in my life plan." "How do you manage it all?" Sophia asked, genuine curiosity in her eyes. "One day at a time. Some days better than others. Emma helps, not with money obviously, but having her gives me purpose." He smiled. "Though trying to braid her hair every morning is still beyond my skill level." Sophia laughed. "I could help with that. I mean," she backtracked, not presuming anything, just offering. "I'd appreciate any hair tips," David smiled, feeling something warm unfold in his chest. As winter melted into spring, Sophia became a regular presence in their lives. She taught David to braid Emma's hair and helped with homework when he worked late. David fixed the leaky faucet in her apartment and built bookshelves for her growing collection. They cooked together to save money, picnicked in the park, and found joy in simple pleasures. But challenges emerged. David's ex-wife suddenly wanted to be more involved in Emma's life after years of minimal contact. Emma struggled with divided loyalties, and David with old wounds reopened. Sophia's school faced budget cuts, threatening her job security just as she was finally getting ahead financially. One evening, after Emma was asleep, David found Sophia on his porch swing, staring into the darkness. "I got the notice today," she said quietly. "My position is being eliminated next fall." David sat beside her. "I'm sorry. It's not just the job," she admitted. "It's us. I see how hard Kelly's return is on you and Emma. Maybe I'm complicating things." "You're the least complicated part of my life," David said firmly. "You're the part that makes sense." "But I have nothing to offer, David. No financial stability, no." "Stop," he interrupted gently. "Remember our first date? That moment of honesty was when I started falling for you. Not despite your struggles, but because of how you faced them." The summer brought unexpected blessings. Sophia was offered a position at Emma's school, a serendipitous opening that meant more stability and a shorter commute. David's architecture firm landed a major contract. And most surprisingly, Kelly reached a place of genuine cooperation in co-parenting Emma. By the time the next Valentine's Day approached, their lives had transformed, not through dramatic windfalls or miracle solutions, but through consistent small steps forward together. "Let's skip the fancy restaurant this year," Sophia suggested as February 14th neared. David agreed. Instead, they cooked a special dinner with Emma, who insisted on making heart-shaped cookies for dessert. After Emma went to bed, they exchanged simple gifts on the couch: a hand-knitted scarf from Sophia, a small wooden jewelry box David had crafted in his workshop. "I have one more thing," David said nervously, reaching into his pocket. "It's not fancy, but it's honest." He opened his palm to reveal a simple silver ring. "Like us." Tears filled Sophia's eyes as she nodded yes. 2 years after that fateful first Valentine's Day, they married in a small ceremony in David's backyard. Emma served as flower girl and their combined friends and families celebrated with a potluck reception. Their vows included promises not of eternal perfection but of persistent effort and unwavering honesty. Their story wasn't one of grand gestures or fairy tale endings. It was better, a testament to the beauty found in authenticity, the strength discovered in vulnerability, and the love that grows not despite life's challenges but through weathering them together. Sometimes the most meaningful connections begin not with impressive displays but with simple truths spoken aloud. Sometimes the perfect match isn't the person who seems flawless, but the one whose imperfections complement your own. And sometimes, admitting, "I can't afford a Valentine's dinner," opens the door to something far more valuable than any meal could ever be. If this story touched your heart, please subscribe to our channel for more authentic tales of love and connection. Remember, the most beautiful stories are often the most truthful ones.